There's a device that I've been using called a Whoop.
Hello, and welcome back to IGOW3. Field Correspondent Danny here, on location in the garage, where I've set up the track for weekly challenge number 15, the Speedy Bee John Cuppi Mini UTT. For this week's challenge, you're going to need 5 total IGOW approved gates, and remember, an IGOW approved gate is a maximum of 28 inches and a minimum of 16 inches on the inner dimension. You will have to set them up in the track like I have here, with a start-finish gate set 6'6" away, or 2 meters away from a double stack of gates here. And then off the side of the double stack of gates, you will have to have 2 more side-by-side gates. Check out the track diagram for all the dimensions that you'll have to follow. The critical thing is that the center line of the gates are at the right dimensions, even no matter what size gate you use. Alright, now let's go back to Dan and Liz in IGOW Studios so they can break down this week's challenge.
Thanks, Field Correspondent Danny. This week is a 50-50 challenge, so all of the remaining pilots will be ranked in order from fastest to slowest. Pilots who do not submit a video are ranked below the slowest pilot, and the top 50% will be safe, while the bottom 50% will receive a letter. This week, we have 2 featured sponsors and some really sweet prizes to give away. Our first featured sponsor is John Cuppi, who is also a contestant of IGOW3.
Cuppi is a hobbyist FPV pilot in the mid-Missouri area. His YouTube channel features reviews of FPV drones, camera drones, drone accessories, and more. Cuppi's favorite whoops to fly in IGOW are the Happy Model Mobula 6 series. On his channel, you can find a bunch of content about the Mobula 6, including full reviews, build videos, as well as tips and tricks he has learned from his experience with this popular whoop.
We first met John on the Geek Savannah podcast, and he was very knowledgeable, easy to talk to, and seemed like a great guy. Hopefully, we'll get to meet him at an event in person sooner or later. John has been very generous as a sponsor, providing 4 complete quad builds for us to give away. This week, the largest of those, the B-Flight 210 5-inch drone, will be won by one lucky pilot. Please check out Cuppi's content, subscribe to his channel, and hit the bell so that you know when a new video of his goes live.
Our second featured sponsor is Speedy Bee. Their company tagline is Simplifying FPV, and that's exactly what their products do. The Speedy Bee adapter allows a pilot to easily access Betaflight or EmuFlight controls via Bluetooth and the phone app while in the field. This is super helpful and convenient, and it means you don't always have to bring your laptop when you go out to fly.
Speedy Bee has taken that convenience a step further, and now they make their own stack with an F7 flight controller and a 45 amp 4-in-1 ESC. The flight controller has built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so you never have to plug it in. You can access it via the Speedy Bee app to do anything from adjusting your settings to flashing firmware, to changing motor directions and or other BL Heli 32 settings, to even downloading and analyzing black box data. Speedy Bee has generously provided one of these stacks as a prize for one lucky pilot chosen at random this week. Will it be you?
They also make 5-inch frames, VTXs, antennas, and they carry other drone accessories as well. You can buy any of their products at speedybee.com. They are the choice for you, but always reliable. What you want is what they do. Speedy Bee, simplifying FPV. Okay, now let's jump into the requirements for weekly challenge number 15, the Speedy Bee John Cuppi Mini UTT. This week is the third 50-50 week of IGOW3, and it's the last Mini UTT style challenge this season. Requirement number 0 is that your video is a maximum of 60 seconds long and you follow all the IGOW3 posting rules.
Requirement number 1 is that you must set up your track correctly. You will need a total of 5 IGOW approved gates, which can be a max of 28 inches to a minimum of 16 inches. But no matter what size gates you use, you must set the center line of the gate at the locations shown on the diagram.
Requirement number 2 is that you must run the track correctly to get your best possible 3 consecutive lap time, with the timing starting and finishing on the start-finish gate. In each lap, you must hit all 8 gates in order and in the correct direction. Bumps and ground taps and even crashes are allowed, but the time is always running even if you are disarmed.
Requirement number 3 is that you must turn on an OSD timer if at all possible. Also, please clearly mark your starting and your ending OSD times and or include an extra timer that shows your total 3-lap time on screen in your video. You are not allowed to speed up your footage, cut together non-consecutive laps, or cheat in any way.
I've built this week's track on Velocidrone and a similar track on TinyWhoop Go if you would like to use the simulator to practice. The track name is IGOW3 Week 15, all as one word, in both simulators. We will also have a $10 We Bleed FPV bonus prize for the fastest time on the Velocidrone 3-lap leaderboard. The first two 50-50 weeks of the season had a big chunk of inactive players, giving most of the pilots that submitted a video a good chance of being in the top 50%. This week we will have less than 150 pilots remaining, so there will not be as large of a cushion at the bottom, but my advice is the same. Don't worry about the times other pilots are posting. Just give it a solid effort, submit your best time, and see where you rank at the end of the week. Good luck and happy whooping!